This is the Philippines, an archipelago comprising over 7,500 islands. A fluctuating number mostly dependent on height of tide, almost smack in the middle of the cluster is the island and city of Cebu. Its 2022 population is estimated to be just short of 1 million people, making it the third most populous city in the Philippines.
History of Cebu City. Cebu was called CEBU or Zubu before it had been colonized by Spanish.
Historically, it also happens to be the first settlement established by the Spanish. And as the result, it is the oldest city in the country, which also means that it is considered by many to be the birthplace of Christianity in the Far East.
The Colan district near the fort is the oldest part of Cebu. It was the first Spanish city in the country and has tourist sites from that era listed under. It also has much of the low-cost accommodation and a lot of department stores or small malls which, while not as large and modern as those in other areas, are often more affordable. Osmeña Boulevard is one of the city's main streets, running approximately north from the Colan district out to the provincial capital, about halfway along its Puente Osmeña Circle. Mango Avenue, officially General Maximum Avenue, runs east from Osmeña Circle. During the day, it is a busy area full of shopping center, restaurants, and some hotels. In the evenings, it becomes a major nightlife area.
Mactan Shrine. Ride a cab to Lapu-Lapu City and head on to our last stop, the Mactan Shrine, built to commemorate Philippine First Battle. The Mactan Shrine is Cebu's tribute to Lapu-Lapu for defending Cebu from the invading Spaniards, led by the Ferdinand Magellan in the Battle of Mactan that happened on April 27, 1521. To pay homage to both historical figures, the Mactan Shrine holds the Lapu-Lapu Shrine and the Magellan Shrine.
Fort San Pedro. The Fort San Pedro, or the Fuerte de San Pedro in Spanish, is located in A. Pigafetta Street, Cebu City. It is a military defense structure in Cebu. It was built by the Spaniards under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the first governor of Captaincy General of the Philippines. The original fort, built right after the arrival of Legazpi and his expedition, was made of wood. It was then replaced in the 17th century with a stone fort to repel Muslim raiders. Today's fort was built in 1738. It is the oldest triangular bastion fort in the country. It served as the embryo of very first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. At the end of the 19th century, during the Philippine Revolution, the fort was attacked and taken by the Filipino revolutionaries who used it as a stronghold. Magellan's Cross. Cebu Magellan's Cross is located near the Basilica Minor del Santo Niño on Magallanes Street, Cebu City. It is believed to be a Christian cross planted by the Portuguese and Spanish explorers headed by Ferdinand Magellan. It was planted upon their arrival in Cebu on March 15, 1521. That day also marked the birth of Christianity in the land.
The Sinulog Festival is a week-long celebration in the province of Cebu. The most eagerly awaited part of celebration is the parade that takes place in the third week of January. This festival is known to be one of the largest festivals in the country. In this parade, everyone is dancing to the beat of the drums as a way of exciting the Holy Child, or so we call Santo Niño. Now let's learn about the event in this festival. Do you know why Sinulog is the name of this festival? The word Sinulog is derived from Visayan word sulog. This word means like the flow of water and refers to the flow of Sinulog dance moves.
It is said that the celebration of the Sinulog Festival began when Magellan presented the statue of the child Jesus to Queen Juana of Cebu as a gift when she was baptized as a Christian. The image of the child Jesus was called Santo Niño. The Christianization of the whole province did not continue due to the death of Magellan when he fought with Lapu-Lapu, the chief of Mactan. After 44 years, one of the soldiers of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi found the statue of Santo Niño inside a box in one of the burning huts. The sinulog lasts for 9 days. As this day is offered as one of the thanksgiving to the Santo Niño, the celebration begins with masses from 4 o'clock in the morning. First is the Mañanita Mass, followed by the Pontifical Mass, and lastly the Holy Mass. Before the most awaited parade, a fluvial parade is held where the statue of Santo Niño is carried on a boat decorated with candles and flowers, which is floated from Mandawi City to Cebu City. The most awaited of all is the Grand Street Parade that lasts for 9 to 12 hours. The participants coming from different towns wear colorful and elaborate costumes and dance to the beat of different instruments. Every time Sinulog is celebrated, people shout, "Viva Pete Señor!" This greeting is shortened for Panang Pete sa Señor, which is term for God, our Lord in the form of Holy Child for whom the Sinulog is celebrated.
Hanging rice or puso in its local term is much known in Cebu for its great taste. The rice is placed and cooked inside the woven palm leaves and afterwards dipped into the boiling water until it gets cooked. Puso has been derived from our ancestors, in which they used to use this as their packed lunch when they go to work and have a long heading to their destination. It also derived from the Visayan word bunga or bulak, which means fruit or flower. It has always been a part of the Cebuano culture. Cebu is mentioned. Lechon is one of the first things, if not the first thing, that come to mind. It's not surprising. Crunchy skin, tender meat, delicious flavors that don't need sauce. Cebu lechon to die for. It is believed that the first lechoneros of Cebu were from Talisay City. In the 1920s, they started creating this delicious pork dish and called it inasal. The root word there is asal. Asal is sugba. Sugba and asal are the same. It's like cooking over live coal. Cebuanos use the word asal when they grill something whole, so when they cook an entire chicken over live coal, it's manok inasal. When it's been cut into pieces, it's called sinugbang manok.
Museo Sugbo. Museo Sugbo is located in the former Cebu Provincial Detention and Rehabilitation Center. It was once called Cárcel de Cebu, the provincial jail of Cebu. The museo was designed by Domingo de Escondrillas in 1969. It was originally proposed to be the main prison of the Visayan district because of its somewhat considerable size when it was constructed. The construction started in 1971. It was believed that the coral blocks from the demolished Parisian church were used to build parts of the goal. Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral. Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral is a wide religious structure of Spanish colonial design, built between the 17th and the 20th centuries. It is among the most important emblems of Catholicism in the Philippines, in spite of the statues of religious figures that decorate the square outside the church.
Temple of Lea is one of the top cultural and historical sites worth adding to your itinerary in Cebu City. Many call the temple the Taj Mahal of Cebu because it is also a mausoleum for a great love that never ends, even after death. Teodorico Soriano Adarna had the Temple of Leia built for his late wife, Leia Albino Adarna. The Temple of Leia began construction in 2012. Their marriage lasted for more than 5 decades. This contains a library, art gallery, bar, and museum. Just to name a few, you will also see a statues of lions, angels, and gladiator as you explore. You will see stone steps that lead to the portico and then the 10-foot high statue of Leia found near the lobby.
In the 19th century, Alejandro Reyes y Rosales construct the Casa Grande Museum. The home was originally 2 stories in 1863. Terracotta roof tiles, coral stone blocks, and Malave hardwood flooring are used in the constructions of the home. Well, additionally, it has a broad windows with sliding panels that are embellished with copy shells, and that's the another feature of traditional Spanish colonial architecture. Locally, it is called the Bahay na Bato Museum. And the museum's interior is filled with ornate old furnitures, costumes, painting, and also the religious artifacts like life-sizes and miniature saint statues and other figurines. Additionally, there are home products, tools for farming, tools for kitchens, and even baking. There are also decorative arts and wood carvings. The Casa Grande Museum can be found in Cebu City at 35 Lopez Jaena Street, and they welcome the visitor every Tuesday to Sunday at 10 a.m. until to 6 p.m.
Thank you for watching.